Watching Twitter today, the drama is out in full force. Gabriel Arana of Salon.com said that he can't read CIA torture report without feeling sick to my stomach. Direct quote. And he's not alone. All over the place, there are journalists and leftist progressives falling all over themselves to make this report out to be the most dramatic indictment of our intelligence operations as can possibly be imagined. So, we want to inform you about what is in this Senate Democrat-authored report, but felt we needed to do so in a way that matched the drama we're apparently supposed to feel. And that's why I brought in Ben Howe, and together we will give you a dramatic reading with commentary for your enjoyment.
You're first.
Multiple CIA detainees were subjected to prolonged sleep deprivation, experienced hallucinations, and CIA interrogation teams did not always discontinue sleep deprivation after the detainees had experienced hallucinations. Oh my gosh! They literally made them tired! Do you understand? Tired!
The renditions group's leadership considered the water board as life-threatening and complained to the OIG that some CIA officers in the directorates of operations believed that as a result, the renditions group was running a sissified operation. I needed to let that sink in for a moment. They called them a name.
The CIA removed his certification to conduct interrogations in late July 2003 for placing a broom handle behind the knees of a detainee while that detainee was in a stress position. Imagine that.
The chief of base operations stated he did not report the incidents because he assumed the interrogator had CIA headquarters approval. And because two senior CIA officials had instructed him to scale back on reporting. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a bureaucracy.
As described in the context of the rectal feeding of al-Nashiri, ensure was infused into al-Nashiri in a forward-facing position with head lower than torso. Majid Khan's lunch tray consisted of hummus, pasta with sauce, nuts and raisins, and it was pureed and rectally infused. Why were they on hunger strikes? And weren't they on hunger strikes? Is that why they did this at all? Why?
I can't believe they used hummus. At least 5 CIA detainees were subjected to rectal rehydration or rectal feeding without documented medical necessity. What kind of a world do we live in where dehydrated people are rehydrated?
The CIA placed detainees in ice water baths. The CIA led several detainees to believe that they would never be allowed to leave CIA custody alive, suggesting to one detainee that he would only leave in a coffin-shaped box. Not a rectangle, but a coffin. Not a heart, but a coffin.
One interrogator told another detainee that he would never go to court Because we could never let the outside world know what's been done to you here, such as pouring water on your head and making empty threats about guns that have no bullets.
Conditions at CIA detention sites were poor and were especially bleak early in the program. CIA detainees at the Cobalt detention facility were kept in complete darkness and constantly shackled in isolated cells with loud noise or music and only a bucket to use for human waste. It's like camping!
In possibly the greatest insult of all, Colin Powell was not instructed on what was happening. And they said he would blow his stack if he found out what was going on.
That concludes this dramatic reading episode of the Senate. Ignore the Gruber report. The panel when we return. Why on earth would you have a handgun for protection if you can't access it when you need it? Keeping a gun and a 600-pound brick to keep your kids safe, that's not the solution. It all comes down to safe storage and quick access. This is the gun box. It allows you to do just that, to defend responsibly, and it shuts everybody up when they sit here and say that, oh, you don't store your firearms properly. The gun box's mission is all about keeping kids safe. This thing is made with aircraft-strength aluminum alloy. If the world ends, the thing that'll be left over are cockroaches, Nokia phones from the 90s, Charlie Kristen gun boxes. This is going to forever change how we protect our kids without sacrificing accessibility. You have the safe storage, quick access. All you need is this wristband, RFID. You can make it into a ring, a sticker. You can also fingerprint biometric access as well. See for yourself at thegunbox.com. Call and order your gun box today. Go to thegunbox.com. That's thegunbox.com. Safe storage, quick access, so you can defend responsibly. Plus, it's just plain fun to do.